Hi there, Natalie with you today to give you a few ideas on how to create some of your pages for your December albums using Citrus Twist kits. And I'm really love Christmas. Our December is really busy, but I don't document every single thing in our December. I choose some stories. I'm actually gonna document it in a life crafted album, but I'm also gonna have one that is documenting my December, just regular stuff. I'm just gonna keep the interesting and the things that I really want the stories to document in this December album separately. So what I'm gonna do right now is create my cover page, and I always go back to mixed media. And for this, I'm gonna use Vicky Boutin products to create my own acetate or translucency. Now, I've cut my translucency to fit 5 inches by 8 1/4, which is the size of the page, of a page protector for the Life Crafted album. And I'm mixing equal parts in a separate sheet. Sorry, I'm mixing equal parts iridescent glaze and gold glaze to 2 parts of a decoupage medium, or in this case, matte acrylic gel. All these products are from Vicky Boutin. And what I'm mixing this is gonna create like a really fluid paste that is gonna hold glitter. Now, I'm not a fan of glitter, but I found that through practicing and playing with mixed media, this is one of the best ways to keep glitter all together without having all that mess. Now, if I'm adding the gold because I like the gold, but if you don't want to have the gold and just want to have the glitter, then just use the decoupage medium or the matte acrylic gel and add the glitter to it, mix it, and then go put it through. In my case, I'm going to put it through a stencil. So you're going to see that I'm actually going to mix 2 stencils to create my translucency or my page. I'm pulling the first stencil that I'm going to pull right now is from the Say Cheese collection from Simple Stories. And my idea is I want to create a cascade of stars that are coming heavy to light down the page. So I'm going to start with the lightest part of the application. That's going to take around 3/4 of the page, and I'm just kind of dragging the paste that I created through the stencil. And like I said, I'm gonna make sure that it's around 3/4 of the page. And then for the last part, like the quarter part of the page, I'm bringing this stencil. I believe is from Cartavella, and it's one of Christmas, or they imagine that so it's not even Christmas related, but it's something to do with stars. And I'm gonna add that to the top part. Just gonna make it heavier and have the shape of the stars and kind of have a cascade of gold towards the bottom. Since I have a little bit of the glaze left over, I'm just gonna add it to another piece of translucency or transparency that I have, on the side, just because I want to have some of the elements repeat. And I'm going to create some of these probably later on, different colors, different textures, but for now I'm going to stick with the gold, and I'm going to make sure that it dry completely before I start working with it. Now, the transparency paper that I'm using, or the acetate, this is an American Craft product. I think it's Basso's actually, and it comes with a backing paper. It's like a really thin piece of tissue paper, and I'm going to keep it. I don't want to have them translucent in this case. I don't want to have them see-through. I just want to have that little kind of shade on the background because it's my cover page. So you're going to see right now I am working with the Christmas kit, and I'm just going to add a simple title. I don't want to make it complicated. I thought about adding that calendar from the Heidi Swap ephemera piece, but like I said, the way I document December, or like the holiday season or the Christmas season, there'll be a few things that happen in November. We have around 4 birthdays that happen in December, so it's gonna be a very eclectic album, and it's probably gonna spill into my daily Life Crafted album too. So for now, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm using, like I said, pieces from the Christmas kit, the puffy sticker, and that pretty much everything that I'm adding to the cover page comes from Heidi Swap. The candy cane sticker, the alphas, also the snowflake, and the sticker. And all I'm doing, I'm just adding some glue behind it to make sure it holds in place. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue behind some of the stars in the back side so that it holds to the paper. Like I said, I don't want to lose the paper. I want to keep that. I want to give that opacity. I don't want it to be translucent. And I'm pretty much done my cover page. Now, the first thing I want to add to my album is the reasons why. And I've always, for some reason, added either a tag or a little envelope that holds it. In this case, I'm going to create a pocket for my Life Crafted album. And for this, I am using a combination of pieces from from different kits. So you're going to see that I've already printed on my 3x8 card. These are the ones that came with the Christmas kit. I've added my lines of journal. I use Photoshop for that. And now I'm going to create a paper that is going to kind of hold the pocket. For this, I'm going to cut this paper. Is from the Christmas kit. I'm going to cut it to fit 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. Which is pretty much a little bit skinnier than a regular Life Crafted insert. Once I have it in place, I punch the holes. I'm actually going to measure a piece of vellum just to hold my little lines, my little card in place. So you're going to see that I think I measured around 3.5 inches by, I'm going to say, around 5.5. So once I have that in place, you're going to see that I'm even going to punch a hole just to make sure that I have that curvature at the top. And the way I measure is that I want to make sure that that curvature or that little circle fits right underneath the title that says that 'tis the season. After that, I'm going to bring actually red tape, because it's really fine, just to hold my pocket in place onto the page. So I'm just going to make sure that I kind of create a frame around the card that I'm putting down, so like I can slide it in and out. And now I'm gonna bring this. I play with a few ideas, and I came back to, if you check the store, there's a few extras that you can purchase for your documenting. And for this, I am using the ephemera pack from the Pink Paisley Together for Christmas collection, and actually available, like I said, in the store. And I really love the pine cones. I love the blue. I think it's gonna make it that pink or that coral tone in the card stand out. So I'm gonna add that little pine cone wreath kind of bow in case, and I'm gonna add some of the ephemera pieces from, like I said, this is from the Pink Paisley Together for Christmas collection. It's available on the shop. And then I'm just gonna work adding some of the ephemera pieces from the Heidi Swap. This is from the Christmas kit. You're gonna see that I'm gonna play with not just the Christmas kit. I'm gonna show you how I added the November kit, the gratitude kit, and also I'm gonna give you a few sneaks of the December kit, because I actually have it before. I've had it for a while, so I'll be able to show you pieces of that. And all I'm doing is that I'm going to create a little, using all these pieces, I'm going to create a little cluster that's going to go on top of my vellum. And you're going to see that right now I'm just building it. I'm adding pieces. Like I said, most of this comes from the Christmas kit, but that bow or the little pine cone piece comes from the ephemera pack from the Pink Paisley Together for Christmas collection, and is available at the shop as an add-on, or you can find it in the embellishment tab. So once I have that in place, I'm just gonna glue it. I'm gonna use double-sided tape to make sure it holds in place. But behind the little big piece of ephemera, I'm gonna add glue dots, and these glue dots are not thick, they're thin, but they're gonna give a little bit of lift. So it's gonna be a little bit of a separation, not lots. I don't want to add lots of dimension, because it's gonna take, like I said, I'm planning to add most of my December or my, like, you know, my most important things onto this album, so I don't want to make it that bulky. And trust me, it is gonna get bulky, because that's my style. For some reason, everything that I do ends up being really heavy, and I love it. I love my chunky books. So you're gonna see I'm gonna set everything in place, and then I'm just gonna continue working. I'm gonna give you a few ideas. And one of the things that I'm gonna work in this December is I'm gonna try to keep single page layouts and kind of break them in a way that it doesn't make the book look heavy. So you're gonna see now that I have that in place, I'm just gonna add that little heart that you see at the top. That is from the November Life Crafted kit. And then I'm gonna bring the December stamp. You can find it in the shop, and this is the Christmas stamp. And the beauty of Citrus Twist kit stamps, and that's you can bend them, you can curve. So I'm gonna kind of curl, I'm gonna create a curvature, a little a little curve, just to stamp it around the ephemera piece. So you're gonna see that I said, I think it says it's starting to look a lot like Christmas or something like that, a little stamp. But I'm gonna curve it and add stamp it onto the vellum using archival ink. Now, since I'm working on my album, I know the other side has that big, you know, the paper. I chose that paper because it had those Christmas trees on the other side. And I'm going to say that I'm going to use a large picture, but just in case, I'm going to create the pocket that's going to match this using pieces that are going to match this paper. For that, I'm actually going to bring the November Gratitude kit. And I love the fact that there was a coral paper, kind of pinkish, that matches the color of the Christmas tree. And the card that you see that I brought to put my journal line, that's actually part of the December days digital collection. It was also part of the Christmas kit, and that's what I'm gonna add my lines to journal. I'm most likely gonna just write them down. So you're gonna see right now I already cut a piece of my life crafted kit. This is one of the papers, that pink paper, to be 3x4, and you're gonna see right now I'm showing you a little bit. This is the snowflake collection from Gray Paper, and this is an add-on. The chipboard is an add-on coming to December, but you also see the ephemera, and that is part of the December add-on kit. So if I'm telling you already, you want to check it out. So all I'm doing right now is I'm gonna add the word joy, and that's gonna be my title, but I'm actually gonna glue the word on top of the page protector. And not because I really don't want to keep the deer at the bottom, because I don't know what kind of story I'm gonna document. I want to make it very general. I'm gonna add gray, and this is one of the stickers from the Life Crafted, one of the chipboards from November. I'm gonna take quite a few of the layers from the chipboard. I don't want to keep them that heavy. I'm gonna take it and glue it to cover the little deer at the bottom. I have the digital version, so if I want it I can print it out, but in this case I want to cover that out. And then I'm gonna add that little phrase sticker, again it's from the November Life Crafted. I think it says oh happy days. And then just to bring some of that pink, I'm gonna bring one of the enamel dots from that come included in the Christmas kit. It just matches the colors. And then you're gonna see that I'm actually gonna bring some star sequins, and those are ones that I had in my stash. And if you want to know, they're from the Pink Paisley Together for Christmas collection. And I just love the fact that there's star is going to be something that's going to repeat throughout my pages. So I'm going to add it there. And then the little gold star that I added at the bottom, at the top, sorry, that's a vellum star from the Gratitude kit. Now for the other side of the page, I'm going to create a single layout using the pocket pages. So I'm already writing a note that the top picture, I'm going to add my picture at the top of these two pockets. I want to make sure that my picture is a 3x4 picture, but that it has a wide white frame. So I've added that note on the page. And to add my lines or journal, because like I said, I don't want it to be heavy, I'm actually going to create a little slit so that I can slide so that I can hide my lines or journal. For this, all I'm doing is I'm gonna cut a slit, or I'm gonna say like a double on the other side of the pocket. Remember, when you get a pocket page, there's only one way that you can slide your cards in, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of create a slit on the other side of the page protector so that I can slide the card there. And for that, all I'm going to use is a ruler and an X-Acto knife, and make sure that the line goes from, I'm going to say, the seam to seam. Once I have that in place, again, I pull the card from the November kit, just something plain. I know I'm going to cover whatever it says there. I'm going to put a sticker once I know what story I'm going to document. And I cut the extra piece of the acetate that I created to fit a 3x4. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it with a little bit of washi tape. So you're going to see that actually the washi tape I'm using is from a summer collection, but I love the fact that it's really plain. It just has a faint pink and white checkered, and then inside of that I'm actually gonna kind of add a little bit of gold, just because like I said, I want to make it a bit festive. So the outside is gonna have that little pink line, and you can barely see it, and I'm okay with that because I want the acetate, all the gold that I have on the acetate to show. And inside I'm just gonna add that little piece of gold just to keep it together. Now to decorate this cover, I'm gonna actually use this little house, and this house here is actually from the Snowflake collection from Gray Paper, and it's part of the December add-on kit for Citrus Twist kits. And then I'm just gonna bring one of the stickers from the Gratitude Life Crafted kit, and then I'm gonna glue it on top of the house, and I'm gonna put it on top of the little of the acetate. And then I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna add glue dots because I want to make sure that it's held together really nice and tight. And eventually, once I have the picture, I will put a tab, and I'm gonna make sure that the tab has to do with the picture, so I haven't added it yet, but that's about it. Now, because like I said, this is gonna be a single page, I want to create something that separates my little single layouts. And for this, I pulled one of the cut files. This is one that I designed for the Christmas kit, and all I did is cut it to fit the size, the 8 inches height. And then you're gonna see that I'm actually gonna use my punch hole, my little puncher to create the holes, but it slipped out of my hand, so it kind of went crooked. So to correct it, I'm using rings. I don't know how you call them. And then that's gonna be everything that is gonna take care of that. Now, with the paper that I'm using to create my next single layout, and this paper is a card from the December days digital cards. I just enlarge it to fit the 5 by 8.25. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the piece of paper left over from the card that I cut from the gratitude kit paper, and I'm actually create a pocket. So remember, I cut a 3x4 card out of it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit more of, instead of having right now, I will have I'm going to say 3 3 3/4 by the long strip, and then I'm gonna score so that the scoring line matches that line. I'm gonna actually try to draw it for you. You're gonna see right now all I'm doing is scoring, creating my pocket, and I'm gonna use a scoreboard. I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna unfolding things. I'm gonna make sure at the bottom that I'm gonna mark it around 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm gonna mark it the entire thing. I'm gonna cut the extra things so I don't create bulkiness when I create the fold. I'm gonna cut the little tab, and then I'm just gonna kind of fold the paper or the pocket around the paper. So I'm gonna have I don't know how you call this type. I think it's like a library pocket, I believe it's called. If you have a question on how to create this, if you have the Christmas kit, there is actually design a card file that looks like this if you want to. It's hard for me to explain it, like I said, because I had the previous paper. So all I did is use once I cut the 3x4 card, I'm just gonna literally cut a little bit of the line that created the 4-inch of the card, and then just use my scoreboard to create my pocket. Once I have it in place, I know that I'm gonna either add a long picture, or I'm gonna add a strip of pictures, or maybe a few pictures in this pocket, and then I'm gonna decorate the pocket. So for this, I am actually gonna bring pieces from different kits. Again, right now I'm bringing this flower. This poinsettia is from the Heidi Swap ephemera pack from the Christmas kit, and then I'm bringing this is the Heidi Swap Honey and Spice collection. This is a set of ephemera that is also going to be available in the shop coming December, because a little bit of this collection is what's going to be featured in the December scrapbook kit, so you want to check it out. So all I'm doing is I'm just adding this is good times. I'm going to create a little cluster. I'm going to use that poinsettia to make it very festive, and I thought about that, the look of it is going to match the little berries or hollies that I have in the background. And then I'm bringing the pieces that I'm adding. The little sentiment is also from the Heidi Swap Honey and Spice collection, and like I said, these are some of the embellishment pieces that are going to come to the shop check December that match the kits. And now what I'm using right now are the willow from One Canoe 2 enamel dots, and this is actually part of the December add-on kit, so make sure you check them out. It's such a beautiful kit, beautiful colors. And all I'm gonna do right now is just glue the pocket onto my page, and I'm actually gonna, like I said, I made a note. I'm gonna add right now a card, and the card that I'm using is gonna come from the Yuletide collection from My Mind's Eye, and this is available in the shop as part of the embellishments. Go to the embellishment tab and you're gonna find this card, and I love the fact that it has that green that's very festive. It has a little bit of glitter. I'm actually also stamp a few sentiments using the stamp, the Christmas or December stamp that you can find at the shop. You're gonna see right now I'm going through the cards. I love the fact that even if I don't add on that, which I might not, I might just write a tag with it. I love the fact that the little wonder sticks out of the pocket. And that's about it. You're gonna see right now just gonna be an overview of what I created. Simple pages. I'll come back in December, show you how I'm filling them out, and you're gonna see that I'm trying to do single layouts just so that my album can hold as much as I can put into it. And I hope you actually try some of these ideas. If you have any questions, as always, do not hesitate to contact me. I don't think you have to have a Christmas collection per se to create your album. I think it has to do whatever you feel that day. If you don't want to create foundation pages beforehand, you can create them the day of, whatever works for you. Like I said before, we have around 4 birthdays in December, and 2 of them are my kids. 1 is mine and 1 is my sister's. So it's gonna be a pretty busy month, and I need to work ahead of time. So again, I hope you try this. Make sure you check out the kits. There's everything you're gonna see coming from now until December are gonna be Christmas layouts, and I'm not gonna use Christmas papers. I'm gonna use the kits. I'm gonna use a whole bunch of things and some ideas using mixed media too. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, check the store, check the new releases come December, because there's a lot of things that are coming that are just beautiful and I'm gonna enhance your December albums. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can see more content. Thank you so much, guys, and take care.